Hello everybody, this is Ian Chiquino and I'm going to cast a game here on Xelnaga Caverns between NewLee as our orange Zerg player on the bottom part of the map, and on the top part of the map we have our red Protoss player, NV xaiot. I know NV is its clan because I've seen that name xaiot before, so I don't know, I'm probably mispronouncing his name. This is from the Chinese server, and I'm going to say like Zhao, Xaiot. I'm gonna call him Xaiot, I guess, or maybe I'll just call him Protoss player. We'll see what's gonna happen. He is our Protoss player up at the top part of the map. He's gonna go for a wall off, safe, smart move there. NewLee is gonna pump some drones out, going for an Overlord there at 9. So he's gonna be macroing up here at the beginning. Nothing too crazy here coming from our Zerg player. Now this is one of the few remaining 2v2 maps in the Blizzard ladder. And as far as maps go nowadays, this is actually probably one of the closer rush distances of maps like that. So drone's coming out right there, and Overlord going up there, going to do some scouting, and we're going to see what xaiot's going to do here. He's kind of boosting out some probes. It's pretty standard, and he's going to make probably make a gateway coming up here. Yep, there he goes. He's going to pop the gateway down there. Not a forge or anything like that, and he's going to do some scouting in the back if he sees no gas, but he sees a spawning pool go down. And he's not going to stick around. He may go down here and try and block this expansion for the time being. Going to go look. There's no expansion now. He's going to go back up here and just check stuff out. Maybe look to see if the gas is going to go up. Because if your opponent doesn't go for a gas, that really opens up the door for the Protoss player to play super aggressive with Stalkers. Because there's nothing the Zerg player can do with slow Zerglings against a couple Stalkers. And that's just something to look out for. And xaiot is making the second pylon. He got his gas up and going, so pretty regular, good stuff going on here for both players. A little bit of harass. Now I think actually this Chinese Starcraft 2, if I'm not mistaken, like that server just popped up recently. If I have my facts straight here, I think it's pretty new. I don't think it's been out since like the rest of the servers have since the game was released. But if anybody knows that for a fact, please post that in the comments. There we go, the expansion is down, and oh no, xaiot missed it, unfortunately. He let that expansion get up. Not something you particularly want to do, but there are 4 Zerglings coming out there, so it wouldn't have been delayed too much, but every second matters in StarCraft 2. That's why everybody loves StarCraft 2, it's so much fun. But Zergling's going out doing some spreading, and it looks like he's going to go up here and do a little bit of pressure, and this probe should be able to get home. If he decides to head on back home, but it looks like he's going to go to the right. No, he's going to go back up here. And our Zerg player, NewLee, isn't really holding that. He's going to go, whoa, a second hatchery. This is odd. No gas yet either. And he's not walled off. Oh, what is he doing? Where's that zealot at? So I guess he doesn't care that he's getting scouted. And he's going to make a sentry next. Got 2 gas, so he scouted that. I'm pretty sure NewLee saw double gas. Okay, yeah, he has scouted double gas. And here comes the gateway. He's going to go for 3 gateway opening here. That's pretty standard. And here we go. Here we have the aggressive play by xaiot. He knows there's no gas yet, and he knows he can play really aggressive with the Stalker, because there's no way a Zergling is going to kill a Stalker. You would need 15 or 16 Zerglings to kill 1 Stalker to get some type of flank. And he's going to come up here and just control the Xelnaga Tower. I'm really surprised he's not scouting with the Stalker. There's nothing stopping him from just running down here, looking and seeing, okay, he's got an extra hatchery. That's something I might want to know about. But he's preferring to just play it badly, I guess. Just checking out the Xelnaga Towers and falling back. And we can see the placement of these Overlords. NewLee has one up here next to this expansion, another one here on the right that he's probably going to suicide later on. But man, we have these extra hatcheries. That was a weird hatchery timing there. I haven't seen something like that before. So I'm kind of curious what NewLee is going to go for here for something for that much production. That's pretty interesting. Maybe he's just pretty confident that his opponent is going to expand, and of course there is the expansion. He does see that, and maybe maybe it's a timing he's worked out, and he just loves this extra hatchery with, what is that, 3 queens? Oh my god, 3 queens, that's so much production. Man, that is a phone call. And the back. Okay, we have so we've got all these hatcheries out here, 3 queens. He's going to be able to drone insanely hard, and he's already ahead by 7. I think that's just going to continue to skyrocket. He's got roaches out, metabolic boost coming, so we may see just a really strong 2-base play from NewLee here. Just get a ton of drones that get saturated beyond belief off these 2 bases, and then just after that you have 3 queens, 3 hatcheries, and just have a full-on attack into xaiot's base here. He's got a lot of sentries up, so he's doing the standard 3-gate sentry opening, and he's got his gas going. He's got a lot of probes here in the back. Hallucination is actually being researched. That will allow him to scout with those hallucinated Phoenix. He's got his wall off going here. No cannon yet, no forge yet even. So he is susceptible to a really early roach tunneling claw attack. But I don't think we're going to have that happening here because he is not even teching to layer yet, not even started. We do have the evolution chamber going down, so he's going to get armor upgrade. Okay, this is quite interesting. Only on, actually now he's getting more gas, so he's up to 3 gas so far, and he's going to start his 4th gas right here. So, and here we have that hallucinated Phoenix is going to come in here and check out both of those hatcheries, and he saw that one roach sneak by there, and this army is pushing out, but mostly sentries, 3 stalkers, and yeah, I don't think he wants to attack into that anytime soon. The Zergling actually sneaking in here, and this little this little guy's going to get all the information, and he's just going to come in here and rally back and see the 3 gateways and run out of there. So he's going to see a 5 warp gate attack off 2 base here. 20 Zerglings being produced, and a Void Ray now being hallucinated in. That's not really going to fool anybody because he just ran through his entire base. He knows there's no starport in there, and the Zergling's still alive running around in there. But we have a big attack coming off this 5 warp gate rush, and man, these Zerglings are going to try and get us around from the back, but looks like he's not going to bite it. He's just going to pull back. He's not going to force him to use any sentry's force field there. He's going to fall back, and this Void Ray is shooting him with shooting that roach, and he's barely getting tickled. And oh, fortunately some Zerglings there picking him off, actually getting a couple there, and you're going to have a run by, and these Zerglings are going to try and deal some damage. He's just going to kill some units there in the middle line, but those Zealots showed up, which is going to mess up the eye, and they're just going to go here to the back. The base he's warping in 1 Zealot there. Let's go see how many probes he can get killed. Maybe not too many. He's actually attacking with a probe. He's going to lose a lot of probes there. Probably 3 or 4 just dying right there. And trading a couple of drones, some Zerglings for some probes. We can check the worker kill count. Cam, 6 kills right there. So not too shabby for about 12 Zerglings. And we can see a lot of roaches and Zerglings out here for NewLee. And it looks like he's going to transition into an expansion and play this out. He does have his tech into layer just about finished. At the same time, we have a Robo and +1 attack upgrades coming for xaiot, and that +1 armor upgrade is finished, so he does have those buff roaches and buff Zerglings. He has so much production at this point. I can't overestimate how much production NewLee actually has with 3 queens, 3 hatcheries that quick, moving into another hatchery at the gold base, and roach speed is on the way also, and that's just crazy. You got to see the worker count, 53 versus 47, still in the lead with a huge number of roaches. You can check the food count there. He's ahead by 25 food, and he really doesn't want to engage into that because there's so many sentries and stalkers that there's really no reason to throw away this army this early, considering he does have legal reconstitution on the way, and as soon as that pops out, that's going to make these roaches infinitely better. 11 drones being produced right now. Whoa! And this hatchery is going to be saturated, no problem. Some Zerglings coming down here doing some scouting. He's going to see there's no expansion, so he's safe there. And we do have a Scout Phoenix just doing some scouting, making sure there's not any more crazy in expansions. But he does not know about this gold one, so he's going to see that gold expansion, and that may trigger him to attack here in the next minute or two. So he's going to see that. And this Zerg player is NewLee just putting a lot of pressure on him, having his way with the +1 attack is almost finished. He's got armor +2 on the way. For the Zerg carapace is going to be armor too, so this Zerg army is just going to be beastly. I mean, this is going to be crazy. A lot of roaches. He's got Hydra skin coming out, so it looks like he's going to transition out of those Zerglings into Roach Hydra and just deal quite a bit of damage. And he even has a Spire on the way too, maybe preparing for Corruptors just in case his opponent does go for some type of Colossus play. But he did quickly pull these Zerglings away. Didn't even lose. Oh my gosh, he's doing a counterattack right now. He knows the whole Protoss army is over there. He's going to be able to kill a gateway or 2. That's crazy. He's going to kill 2 gateways. If he can get away with 2 gateway kills and get some Zerglings in the main, that's going to be amazing. Great attack there. Completely destroying 2/5 of his production capabilities there. And he's going to kill a couple probes here. So wow, NewLee just poking in there the second his army pulls away. He's going to get some more probe kills. So look at all those probe kills. That is great. Groove Spine's on the way. And there's so many probes getting killed in there. And that is not good news. He was up at 6 deaths there from workers, and we can check what he's up to now, 17. So wow, he got 11 kills there in the worker kill count. We do have this 3rd expansion up for xaiot, so that actually didn't trigger him to go for an attack. It triggered him to go for an expand. We have a run by over here on the left. Zergling's going to get a good surrounding results and should be able to tear him up. They do have the +1 attack upgrade, but it doesn't matter. Those Zerglings are going to be +2 here in no time. And he's working more Zealots to try and save this on the right side. Roaches looks like they got force fielded off there. And these Zerglings are going to be able to kill the rest of those Stalker or Zealots, but the reinforcements are going to show up, and this is going to trigger NewLee to come in over here and go for another attack. Those 2 Warp Gates were replaced, but now he's going to fall back and just kind of play back a little bit. He's waiting for his Hydras to show up. He really needs to spread this creep out here. He has had 3 Queens from the get-go. I know he's been doing mostly injects, but I really think with 3 Queens you can afford 1 or 2 creep tumors, especially if you're going to go for a really heavy Roach Hydra build in this game. So this expansion is getting up. He's going to try and throw down some Photon Cannons, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. 28 Zerglings coming. Wow, he's got so much production on 4 Hatchery. He's up on 6 gas now, so we may see some Mutalisks come out, but Twilight Council almost done. He's getting Colossus range upgrade for the Thermal Lance upgrade, and he's going to pressure this. He's probably going to be able to take out this expansion. He's got those Hydra there, plus 2 armor is just about to finish. Ah, there it goes. Finished, and now the 1 Colossus is out. That expansion did fall, and there's really nothing left to save for xaiot. This is a fight not worth fighting. He needs to fall back, stay at that choke point on this ramp, and just try and get as many kills as possible. And that was a successful attack there for NewLee, crushing that expansion. And he's in the lead here, no question about that. Look at the food count, 180 versus 118. 4th base coming up, and I'm getting called again. Oh man, hope that's the last phone call I get. That should be the last phone call. Anyways, back to this game. NewLee has a huge lead here with this Hydra Zergling Roach combination with +2 armor upgrades, and he's got some Corruptors out even now. And there are only 2 Colossus out. He's on 6 Warp Gates now, and is he going to get anything out of the Twilight Council? Nothing yet. Now NewLee here can basically just pressure and kind of deny an expansion. He's going to go in for an attack. He wants to kill some stuff, and those Corruptors are going to go there to the back. No Corruption going down yet. He's going to focus fire, kill that Corruptor pretty well, and some good force fields going down. Going to cut off most of those Hydras and just get quite a few kills there. He did manage to kill that Colossus, but he sacrificed all of those Corruptors for it. I don't know if that was particularly worth it. Food count almost 200 versus 121. More Corruptors coming out. Zergling's going to come through. He's going to try and focus fire, take down this pylon, and get in there. Zergling's now pushing up, but no, he's going to pull back. There are quite a few sentries still left in this army, so he can easily force field all day long with these sentries up here. And this expansion is trying to be sneakily is going to try and sneak this expansion over here in on the left, but it looks like nope, NewLee does see this. He's going to be able to take that out. A big army is flooding over here to take it out. We do have like 14 roaches being produced and transfer of probes over here to the left, and it looks like the Zerglings are going to sneak into the back there, deal some damage, and this expansion is going to drop, no problem. NewLee's going to crush it. He's forced to cancel it, and this has basically just been xaiot in his base this entire game. There is an observer out, so he does see this. There's some roaches over here on the right, and 9 Corruptors out. Is that 9 Corruptors? Yeah, 9 Corruptors out. He's actually making an infestation pit, so we're probably going to see him tech into hive here in a second, and eventually get Broodlords. If I would assume that's what he's going to go for here. So that 2 armors actually worked out pretty good. He's actually going for his missile attack upgrade now, for that ranged attack upgrade for those ground units. And xaiot, is he going to push out here? It doesn't look like it yet. He's at 156 food, forced to stay in his base here the majority of the time. Blink is on the way, chronoboosting that thing out. He wants to get it out as soon as possible. But there's so many Hydra, so many Corruptor, and good force fields. He wants to keep those Hydra back. Those Colossus in the back getting corrupted on focus fire. Those things are dropping extremely fast, but they're still doing quite a bit of damage. He's going to trade those Corruptors for those Colossus, no problem. He'll take that trade any day of the week, because he's got more than enough money, making 30 Zerglings, 12 Roaches. He knows that as soon as he kills those Colossus, he can easily make as many Zerglings as he wants, because xaiot does not have the army composition to deal with Zerglings. As far as DPS goes wise, he does have force fields, but you don't really want to use force fields on Zerglings if you don't have to, just because there's so many of them. You can see all the units streaming from all over the place. He has so many hatcheries. 5 hatcheries at this point. He's making more gas over here on the right, and he just has so many units. Bringing some Overlords up here to the top, and just continual pressure here. And he's had a pretty good managing number of those Corruptors. I'm really impressed by NewLee's management of his Corruptors. He hasn't really overmade the Corruptors. He makes just enough to kill them, and it looks like he's only making 5 more now, and there's 1 Colossus coming out, so he's got a really good balance of Corruptors. Now we have this expansion over here on the left, and this thing is going to fall so fast, that is just going to be dead, and these probes haven't even had a chance to mine anything. Oh, he almost didn't get there, and now xaiot is going to be forced to fall back. He's going to try and fight this here, Warping and Zealots at the front. Those things are just going to melt those Hydra up front. Colossus is pushing out, though, but man, I don't know about this. There's so many units here in the back. These aren't being rallied in properly, but it looks like NewLee is just going to break through this anyway. He's going to try and chase down that Colossus, but he's not going to get it. His Overlord's even chasing. He wants to get in on the action, but unfortunately he doesn't do any damage. More Zerglings coming in, and now xaiot's going to be forced to fall back to that ramp because there are roaches up here. +1 attack upgrade is now finished. 28 Zerglings going to come in. Zerglings going to snipe that Colossus there, and there's Zerglings coming in from behind, going to get the surround here. And all these units are going to get picked off here. And wow, xaiot has just been trapped in his base so far this game. NewLee has just been doing a great job of playing Zerg. And man, hope the Zerg players, if they're taking notes, this style of play is pretty actually impressive. And we've got more Corruptors coming out, going to take out those Colossus. I think this seems to be his magic number is about 5 Corruptors, and it looks like we're going to have the GG there from xaiot, just being completely contained this whole game, and NewLee doing a wonderful job there of just getting just an insane amount of production at the beginning and just basically holding map control with that and just controlling that third base from ever getting up, really disallowing xaiot from getting a really big death ball that we see a lot of Pro Toss players like to work up to as they get to their third base. He just managed to keep those Colossus down, and it seemed like he liked to get about 5 Corruptors per Colossus. It seemed to be like a pretty good number. It seemed like what he was going for because he had about 9 or 10 when there's 2 or 3 of them out. So it's a number I'll have to keep in mind when I manage to play Zerg. And these 2 arm upgrades are also pretty interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of different Zerg play versus Protoss. I definitely enjoyed it, learned some cool things, and that's pretty much it from me. I'm going to cast some more games, so check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/YonChikino. Please subscribe, make comments, favorite my videos, and all that good stuff. I'll see you later.